Well, I've printed up another set of dies for some more testing. This one's going to be testing to, got very thin on the edge here, so I'm going to test how close we can get there with it still being strong enough. These ones also printed with 30% infill instead of 40% like these ones here, and also the base minimum thickness on this one is 4mm, whereas this one minimum thickness was 10mm. So that's to try and reduce the print time and the amount of material we're using. I've been thinking that we can just stick these to a bit of MDF or something like that to give them a bit more strength if we need to. So whether we glue it or in future print tabs out the side that we can just screw in to the timber, something like that. Just do that for the support. But anyway, I'll just try these out now and see how it goes strength wise. So I gave the dies a bit of a run. It pressed out these pieces pretty nicely. I cut the blanks all a bit too thin, as you can see, because it's pulled in on the edges here a fair bit, so it hasn't got the full press of the die properly. But yeah, no, it worked alright. I just did it in the vise. I didn't have any timber to support it, I just put it in the vise jaws and pushed it, so that worked okay. I think a bit of MDF on the back will be better, and put it under the actual press. After doing all these bits, I had 2 short bits left over, and I put them pretty much all on top of each other like that and press it, and that's when we did some damage to the side there. You can see it's bowed out at the edge there. I mean, obviously there's not enough clearance in there for it anyway, and that was the weakest point, so I reckon that wall thickness there wants to be a little bit thicker. Don't do anything silly like try and double up, it won't be a problem anyway, I don't think. But yeah, that's a reasonably successful test. The infill heaps strong enough for this, so that's pretty good. Everything worked pretty nicely. So yeah, we're learning a little bit more all the time. So next time I'll try and do a bit larger and more detailed die and see how we go from there. One other thing I didn't mention is the clearances are all the same as these other dies. So 1mm clearance in between, and in case you didn't watch the other one, these 0.7mm flashing aluminium. So it's giving us 0.3 extra space. Just 30% infill, standard PLA, nothing fancy about it. 0.2mm layer heights, just standard Cura settings really, except for the infill. But yeah.